The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, a land of diverse beauty. Lush rainforests blanket the mountains, white sand beaches meet turquoise waters, volcanoes rise from the heart of islands. This is a land shaped by nature's grand design. But the Philippines is more than just its geography. It's a melting pot of cultures, a fusion of East and West. The spirit of the islands is vibrant. Its people are known for their warmth and resilience. The Philippines is a land with a rich history, a story shaped by conquest, colonialism, and the struggle for independence. This is a journey through time, a glimpse into the forces that have shaped this island nation. Long before the arrival of European explorers, the Philippine Islands were alive. Thriving communities existed. They were sophisticated in their own right. These were the ancestors of modern Filipinos. They navigated the seas with skill, traded with neighboring empires. These early Filipinos were organized. They had their own systems of government. Barangays were the building blocks of society. These were small, independent communities. Datus, or chiefs, held authority. They maintained order and resolved disputes. The spiritual world held great significance. Animism was prevalent. Ancestors were revered. Spirits were believed to inhabit the natural world. This reverence for nature is still evident today. The pre-colonial period was not without its conflicts. Rivalries existed between barangays. Raids and warfare were not uncommon, but amidst these struggles, a unique culture flourished. It laid the foundation for the Filipino identity. The year was 1521, a time of great exploration and discovery. Ferdinand Magellan, a renowned Portuguese explorer, arrived in the Philippines. He sailed under the banner of the Spanish crown, seeking new routes and riches. His arrival marked a significant turning point in Philippine history, forever altering its course. The Spanish era had begun, bringing with it profound changes. The Spanish came seeking valuable spices which were highly prized in Europe. They also sought to spread Christianity, establishing missions and settlements across the islands. These settlements grew into major cities, shaping the urban landscape. Manila in particular became the seat of power and a bustling hub of activity. The islands were named Las Islas Filipinas in honor of King Philip II of Spain. Spanish rule brought significant changes to the social, cultural and economic fabric of the Philippines. Christianity, particularly Catholicism, took root and flourished. It became deeply ingrained in Filipino culture, influencing traditions and celebrations. The Spanish language also had a profound influence, becoming a key part of communication and administration. It permeated all aspects of life, from government to daily interactions. The social structure was transformed, creating new dynamics and hierarchies. A new elite class emerged, composed of individuals of mixed Spanish and Filipino descent. These mestizos played a significant role in the colonial society. This era also saw the construction of grand churches and universities, symbols of Spanish influence. They stand today as enduring reminders of the Spanish colonial past, blending history with the present. Spanish rule was not without resistance. The Filipinos yearned for freedom. Uprisings erupted throughout the archipelago. They were fueled by oppression and injustice. One such revolt left a lasting mark. In 1896, the Philippine Revolution ignited. It was led by Andres Bonifacio, a fiery revolutionary. The Katipunan, a secret society, emerged. They fought for independence from Spain. Another key figure emerged, José Rizal, a writer and intellectual. He advocated for reform through his writings. His novels exposed the injustices of Spanish rule. He became a national hero. The revolution raged on. Victories were won and lost. But the desire for freedom burned brightly. The Filipinos had tasted independence. They were determined to fight for it. Section 5. A change of flags. From Spain to America. As the 19th century drew to a close, the Spanish grip on the Philippines weakened. The Spanish-American War broke out in 1898. The Philippines became a battleground. The Americans, eager to expand their influence, saw an opportunity. The Battle of Manila Bay took place on May 1st, 1898. The American Navy, led by Commodore George Dewey, crushed the Spanish fleet. This decisive victory sealed the fate of the Philippines. Spain ceded the Philippines to the United States. It was part of the Treaty of Paris. The Filipinos who had fought alongside the Americans were betrayed. Their hopes for independence were dashed. The American period began. It brought its own set of challenges and opportunities. The Filipinos found themselves under a new colonial power. Their struggle for self-determination continued. Section 6. A time of trial, the Japanese occupation. The 20th century dawned with the world on the brink of war. Nations were arming themselves, preparing for conflicts that would reshape the globe. World War II engulfed the globe, drawing in countries from every continent into a devastating conflict. The Philippines, still under American rule, was inevitably drawn into the conflict, becoming a significant battleground in the Pacific. In December 1941, the Japanese invaded, swiftly overpowering the defenses. The Japanese occupation was a dark chapter in Philippine history, marked by oppression and suffering. The Filipinos endured brutality and hardship, facing daily threats to their lives and freedoms. They were subjected to forced labor. Food was scarce and education was disrupted, leaving a generation in turmoil. The war ravaged the country, leaving cities in ruins and communities shattered. Despite the suffering, the Filipino spirit remained unbroken. Resistance movements formed, determined to fight back. They fought back against the Japanese, engaging in guerrilla warfare and sabotage. They provided crucial intelligence to the Allied forces, aiding in the broader war effort. They risked their lives for freedom, showing immense bravery and resilience. The Americans, led by General Douglas MacArthur, eventually returned, fulfilling his famous promise. The Battle of Leyte Gulf, a major naval battle, took place in 1944, marking a significant turning point. It marked a turning point in the Pacific War, leading to the eventual liberation of the Philippines. The Philippines was liberated in 1945, a moment of triumph and relief, but the war left its scars with widespread devastation and loss. The country lay in ruins, its cities and towns heavily damaged. The task of rebuilding lay ahead, a monumental effort to restore what was lost and build a brighter future. Section 7. Dawn of Independence, a nation reborn. After decades of struggle, the Philippines finally achieved independence. On July 4, 1946, the American flag was lowered. The Philippine flag was raised. It was a moment of jubilation and hope. The Philippines faced the daunting task of rebuilding. The war had devastated the country, infrastructure was destroyed, the economy was in shambles. But the Filipino people were determined. The post-independence years were marked by progress. The economy began to recover, new industries emerged, education was prioritized. The Philippines sought its place on the world stage. However, challenges remained. Political instability, corruption and poverty persisted. The Philippines continued to grapple with these issues. The journey towards a truly independent and prosperous nation was far from over. Section 8. Progress and Challenges, the Post-Colonial Philippines. The latter half of the 20th century was a tumultuous period, marked by significant social, political and economic upheavals. The Philippines grappled with various challenges, including widespread poverty and political instability. Political unrest and economic inequality fueled social tensions, leading to frequent protests and demonstrations. Natural disasters, such as typhoons and earthquakes, tested the resilience and spirit of the Filipino people. Ferdinand Marcos, a charismatic and controversial politician, rose to power during this period. He declared martial law in 1972, a move that would have lasting impacts on the nation. This marked a period of authoritarian rule. Civil liberties were curtailed, and political opposition was harshly suppressed. Despite these challenges, the Filipino spirit endured, showcasing resilience and unity in the face of adversity. The People Power Revolution in 1986 captured the world's attention, and became a symbol of peaceful resistance. Millions of Filipinos took to the streets, united in their demand for change and an end to Marcos's rule. They demanded an end to Marcos's rule, calling for a return to democracy and justice. The revolution was a testament to the power of peaceful protest and the collective will of the people. Corazon Aquino, a symbol of democracy and hope, became president, ushering in a new era. The Philippines embarked on a path of democratic transition, marked by significant political reforms and renewed hope. It was a fragile democracy, tested by numerous challenges, including political corruption and economic difficulties. But the hope for a better future remained alive, driven by the resilience and determination of the Filipino people. Section 9, the Philippines today, a nation forged by time. Today, the Philippines is a nation transformed. It has emerged as a vibrant democracy in Southeast Asia. The economy has grown, poverty rates have declined, the Philippines is a nation on the move, challenges remain, corruption and inequality persist, natural disasters continue to pose threats, but the Filipino people are resilient. They face adversity with courage and determination. The Philippines is a nation proud of its past. It's a nation looking towards the future with hope. The journey has been long and arduous, but the Filipino spirit remains strong. It's a spirit shaped by history,